Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Rocky Mountain Victim Law Center's fourth video in a series for you to get to know Title IX, from how it started to where it is now. Please take a look back on our social media and YouTube for the earlier videos. Today, we're going to talk about Title IX during COVID-19. I hope this video finds you well and doing your part as we are here at RMvlc. We are going to be checking in with what is happening with Title IX on a federal level, and we will also check out what it means for students in this time of disruption. So first, let's talk a little bit about what is happening to Title IX at the federal level. If you haven't watched the earlier videos in this series about where Title IX comes from or where it's going, please check out those videos. This current information will make sense. In our last video, we talked about these points, but we'll go through them again as a reminder. Title IX was an amendment to the Higher Education Act. It's a short amendment, so if you really want to know what it means, you have to look at the rules around it. Changing the rules means you have to go through a process of sharing them with the public and then go through a notice and comment period. Many advocates from around the country provided comments to the Department of Education's proposed new rules because they presented significant concerns to survivors of gender-based violence and harassment. This included RMvlc. As we discussed last time, we are in the final step and stage before the new rules are put in place. OIRA, or the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, currently has the rules for review. Like the notice and comment period, many who advocate for survivors have had 30-minute phone calls with OIRA to express concerns about the new rules. RMvlc also shared in these concerns. A summary of these points includes that colleges and universities would be required to subject survivors to live cross-examination by their rapist's advisor of choice. The harassment must involve conduct that occurred within the school's own program or activity, and the proposed regulations would allow schools to ignore complaints made to undesignated officials within the school. Additionally, RMvlc believes that the new standard is too high. A survivor would have to show that the act was so severe, pervasive, and objectively offensive that it effectively denies a survivor equal access to the school's education program or activity. The proposed rules would also change the burden of proof from a preponderance of the evidence to clear and convincing, which is harmful to survivors and legally incongruent. Finally, the proposed rules would increase the cost to survivors. According to a study done by the White House Council on Women and Girls in 2014, a single rape can cost a survivor between $87,000 and $240,000 in out-of-pocket expenses and changes in life trajectory. So we were all chugging along, waiting anxiously for the rules to change when life ground to a halt and COVID changed our daily lives. But what happens to Title IX? The rules are still with OIRA, and Title IX still covers students who are educated by schools who receive federal funding. At this time, March 31st, the current status includes a sign-off from OMB that was the last major hurdle to issue the new rule. Secretary Betsy DeVos also wrote these new rules to add protections for the accused. A Trump administration rule, additionally, governing the way colleges handle sexual misconduct on campus, won approval by the Office of Management and Budget, clearing a last regulatory hurdle before the Education Department can issue final regulations. So then the question to be asked is, where are you learning from? I am working at my table at home, as I'm sure many of you are too. What if you have a classmate who is harassing you on the basis of sex via Google Classrooms? Title IX is still here, and it still protects you. You're still entitled to a space that's free of sexual harassment, gender-based harassment, hostility based on sex or sex stereotyping or conformity. It can happen beyond the boundaries of the school's campus, and you have the right to access Title IX information from your school or district and file a complaint. No matter where you are learning from, if you are being harassed on the basis of sex, don't let COVID-19 stop you from reporting to your school. I encourage all of you to check out the online resources from the Department of Education and the Office of Civil Rights. They've been publishing a lot of updates, but have not yet discussed Title IX. Their main focus has been on online access and ensuring children who need learning supports have access while at home. But stay tuned. I'm sure there's more to come. It's important to note that Colorado in 2019 had a bill called SB 19007 that worked to ensure certain standards within the state of Colorado. This included maintaining the preponderance of evidence standard, ensuring an advisor for both parties, but one who may not speak on behalf of either, ensuring Rape Shield was still in place for any processes within the Title IX process, ensuring oversight by committees moving forward after the new rules change. And then the important piece to know about all this is that it only currently applies to higher education settings. Thanks for joining us for another Title IX update. Please join us in honoring Sexual Assault Awareness Month in April and check back with us regularly as we try to keep you in the know.